Girls, guys, and everyone else, once again, as always, it is your host, Arachnid Soul. Well, I'm talking politics right now, and for anyone who doesn't want to hear it, that's fine. Go watch one of my other videos, go watch someone else's videos, go do anything else. Perfectly cool with that. I'm going to show my hand again straight away, and I'm going to say I'm a bleeding heart liberal. All of my friends know it. Anyone who follows me on Twitter knows it. Anyone who follows me on Instagram knows it. Anyone who's been paying attention to any of my videos, especially the two where I talk about how I was working on the Bernie Sanders campaign earlier this year, have probably figured out I'm a bleeding heart liberal. And at the same time, I am not at all in this video, not for a second, going to bash or have anything bad to say about conservative voters. I don't have a problem with them. I mean, this is the United States of America. You get to go vote. They voted for their guy. He's the president. What I'm going to do in this video is I want to talk about why Hillary Clinton is not the next president of the United States. And spoiler alert, I'm going to give it to you right now. The reason Hillary Clinton is not going to be the next president of the United States is because of someone named Hillary Clinton. And it's because of the DNC. It's not because the country all of a sudden is racist or the country all of a sudden is misogynist. No, the country has been racist. The country has been misogynist. These people have gone out and they've been voting for a candidate. Some of those people have been voting for the Democrat, to be honest with you. But this time, they went out and voted, and the liberals and the progressives, who should have been energized by a candidate, maybe an old socialist Jewish guy from Brooklyn would have helped. But we weren't energized. And the reason we weren't energized was we didn't have any reason to be energized. I mean, hell, face it, half of us were people who were just like, yeah, maybe we'll go vote. And if we do vote, we'll vote for Hillary. The other half of us were disenfranchised by the superdelegates and Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Donna Brazile and the rigging of the Democratic primary season. The funny thing to me about that is all of the polls showed Bernie Sanders would defeat Donald Trump in a general election by more than Hillary Clinton, who in a couple of polls lost to him. Bernie would defeat Trump by 10 to 15 points. It would have been a historic landslide victory. Bernie Sanders would have had a progressive mandate. Everything that Bernie Sanders stood for was supported by a majority of this country. Things that Republicans and Democrats agreed on. Things like getting money out of politics. And somehow, when you've been in politics for a number of years and you haven't been owned by the corporate sponsors or haven't taken their money, it somehow comes off as more believable than someone who's a corporate shill for CNN, for Goldman Sachs, for all of these corporations, and at the same time speaking out the other side of their mouth saying, oh yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to overturn Citizens United in my first 30 days as president, despite the fact that if I did get elected president this time around, it was because of the corporate money, and I know I'm going to need that corporate money again in 4 years to get reelected. It didn't make sense, and the American people are smarter than that. Some of them not, because some of them are sitting here and they're blaming Donald Trump. Donald Trump ran a campaign that wasn't nice. We found out a lot of horrible things that Donald Trump may or may not have done. We found out about walls. We found out about people running around grabbing felines. But we also found out that Donald Trump, in the primary, actually got through fairly. He wasn't the establishment guy. The establishment wanted Jeb Bush, but he destroyed Jeb Bush. He destroyed Chris Christie. He destroyed all of them. And then Donald Trump makes it to the general, and Donald Trump does it again to Hillary Clinton. And he does it because she's a horrible candidate. Please, if you're starting a political party out there, do not run this woman, Hillary Clinton. And the tally right now at the time that I'm doing this video, in terms of the Electoral College, is Hillary Clinton, 228 points, Donald J. Trump, 279 points, which I suspect will go up because Michigan hasn't been called yet, and I strongly suspect they're going to go for Trump. Let's take a look at some of the states that Barack Obama, our current president, won in 2012 against Mitt Romney that Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton in the Midwest lost Wisconsin to Donald Trump, lost Pennsylvania in the Northeast to Donald Trump, in Iowa in the Midwest lost again to Donald Trump. She lost Florida. She lost Ohio. If I keep going, it's going to start to sound like I'm Oprah Winfrey giving away cars. This woman was the worst candidate you could have possibly run. And I was telling everyone from back in the primary season, we got to get away from her. This is not what the people want. The people don't want the establishment anymore. The voters are too smart. They're getting actual information from the internet now, as opposed to just the establishment information from the establishment media. She tried so hard to climb into this man's jock that Michelle was getting jealous, and she still lost that many votes. Then you talk about the other fallout from this. The fact that when people don't show up to vote for your team, like Hillary did, lost the Senate. Your team, like Hillary did, lost the House of Representatives. So now the GOP, the Republicans, they control the House of Representatives. They control the Senate. They control the White House. Where does Hillary Clinton stand on the Dakota Access Pipeline? We still don't know. Where does Hillary Clinton stand on fracking? We still don't know. She usually says she's for it. That's not a progressive thing. That's horrible for the planet. Where does Hillary Clinton stand on the Trans-Pacific Partnership? We still don't know. Sometimes she's for it, sometimes she's against it. I don't even know what Hillary's campaign slogan was. Was it just anyone but Trump? I mean, she had no platform. Her whole platform was, I'm entitled. It's obvious. It's going to happen now. I'm going to be the first female president. That's all she stood on. That's why I'm talking to the losing party. I can't say anything bad to Republican voters. You guys won. You're the winning team. My team, my former team, the Democrats, we lost because we had a horrible candidate. Hillary Clinton is a horrible candidate. Anytime you're out there and you're on Twitter or you're having a conversation and you're talking about Donald Trump and how he's anti-Mexican and how he's anti-black and how he wants to build a wall and the abuse that he did to all these different women, make sure you include, and that guy beat Hillary Clinton. This is the part where I go from giving you truth to just giving you opinion. Elizabeth Warren, who we the Bernie people have to accept again, Elizabeth Warren can run. She's a populist. She can get the Republicans. She can get the Democrats. She can get the independents. She can get the millennials. She can get the black vote. She can get the Latino vote. She can get the female vote. Hell, she can even get the old vote. We can have Elizabeth Warren or someone like her, someone with that mindset. Hell, maybe Bernie again. Maybe hashtag Bernie 2020. And we can get an actual progressive, an actual liberal in this country who's not owned by the billionaire class, who works for the 99%, not the 1%. And when that happens, we would also retake the Senate and we would make strong gains in the House, which we could eventually retake later on. That's all I have to say about it, because it's driving me crazy that the Hillary people are running around acting as though she didn't lose this election. I mean, hell, I've seen on Twitter people have been saying the way that Hillary Clinton supporters feel now, the crying and the tears and being hurt, that's how the Bernie people felt when the primary was rigged against Bernie Sanders. The only difference is Bernie got screwed, Trump won fair. That's Hillary Clinton for you. So put the blame on the right people. We all have to hope that Trump, the pilot, does not crash the plane. Let's do what we can do to make sure that Trump does the best job that Trump possibly can. And in 2020, we either do what I've just said, and a lot of people are saying the same thing, or we let the Democrats run more establishment people. By the way, when they tried to let Howard Dean in as the DNC chair, remember, he's part of the establishment. You hold strong. You want somebody like Keith Ellison. Don't fall for it. And I'm telling you now, that's a heads up. It's been your host, Arachnid Soul, intellectual, voracious, and passionate about how horrible a candidate Hillary Clinton was. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit me up on Twitter at Arachnid Soul. Questions and comments in the comment section below. I want to hear from you. And I will catch you girls, you guys, and everyone else later.